UN member states have overwhelmingly adopted a historic resolution at a General Assembly committee. It calls for negotiations on a legally binding treaty to ban nuclear weapons. Japan voted against the resolution, and it drew criticism from proponents of the ban, including atomic bomb survivors. NHK World's Ayumi Chikaraishi has more.
Adopted.
The resolution was submitted by over 50 non-nuclear weapon states, including Austria. The Disarmament and International Security Committee approved it on Thursday.
It's also a success of many governments who have put in a lot of work. It's a success of civil society.
It's a really significant moment, I think. This is a historic moment for the UN.
The next step, a General Assembly vote in December. The aim is to set up a conference in March to negotiate a legally binding treaty that prohibits nuclear weapons. But the eventual goal is total elimination. There was already a framework in place for nuclear disarmament. It's called the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. But talks stalled because nuclear powers wanted a step-by-step approach, while non-nuclear states called for the swift elimination of the weapons. So sponsors of the new resolution wanted to make things legally binding to speed up the process. Japan's foreign minister explained why his country voted against the resolution.
The resolution would further widen the gap between nuclear weapon states and non-nuclear weapon states.
He said the two sides must work together to achieve results step by step. But Kishida added that Japan will take part if negotiations for a treaty begin next year. The United States had urged other NATO members to vote no. It says the resolution denies the idea of nuclear deterrence, which ensures security of the US and its allies. Japan is calling for a world without nuclear weapons, while also depending on the so-called US nuclear umbrella. Atomic bomb survivors, known as hibakusha, are angry at the government's decision.
Japan should never have voted against.
It's epoch-making that 123 countries supported the resolution. Japan is being left behind the times.
I feel betrayed by the government. This country has experienced atomic bombings. Has the memory faded in 71 years?
5 Nagasaki hibakusha groups have sent a letter of protest to Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Abe stressed his commitment to pursuing the elimination of nuclear weapons.
It was not an easy decision to make. We concluded that, as the only country to have suffered nuclear attacks, Japan should take practical measures to push the world towards one free of nuclear weapons.
But some analysts wonder why Japan chose to vote against the UN resolution instead of abstaining. It had abstained on various UN resolutions calling for a legal ban on nuclear weapons. Analysts say the decision could raise a question about whether Japan can take further initiatives in the field of global nuclear disarmament. Ayumi Chikaraishi, NHK World, Tokyo.